Our fountain design was based on the Pythagorean cup. Nicknamed the greedy man's cup, the Pythagorean cup will act as a normal cup until it is filled to a certain volume. When this volume is reached, all the liquid in the cup will drain out of the cup. This happens because of several scientific principles: Pascal's principle of communicating vessels, and those behind the phenomenon of siphonage. The principle of communicating vessels is why the water level inside the siphon rises with the water level inside the cup. Because of this, when the water level in the cup has reached the crown of the siphon, the water inside the siphon will start to flow, which triggers the siphon. This removes all the air from the siphon and starts the effect. The siphon will continue going until air is pulled back into the siphon to break the vacuum inside. Thus, once the siphon starts, it will continue until the cup is virtually emptied, or at least to the top of the siphon tube. The first prototype was heavily influenced by the designs of the traditional Pythagorean cup. However, it didn't function as it should. Water would dribble out when the level was higher than the cups, but completely failed to pull a suction and drain the water below the level of the cups. For the second prototype, we realized that we needed to look more carefully at the original Pythagorean cup for our design to work. What we realized is that we needed some sort of outflow spout to stop air from coming back and breaking the suction. To do this, we attached a pen body to the outflow hole in the cup. This was our first working design, but the outflow wasn't that good. The third prototype was an attempt to improve on the second prototype by increasing the cross-sectional area of the outflow pipe. However, this design occasionally failed to pull suction due to that increased area, but when it did pull suction, the outflow was significantly increased compared to the previous prototype. By the fourth prototype, we had done some research into how the Archimedes bowl worked, and we came to the conclusion that we could significantly simplify the previous designs. So we took the tubing and just used that for the entire construction. We brought it through the holes that we had originally put for the previous designs. However, we had extreme problems with kinking due to the sharp radius that the tube had to turn in to stay within the bowl. The final design solved the kinking issues by moving the inlet hole to the far corner of the bowl. This increased the radius of curvature that the tube could take within the bowl. This eliminated the problem we had with kinking and allowed to a consistent high outflow once the siphon was triggered.
To obtain our data, we used a timer and a Nalgene water bottle that included measurements of certain water levels to calculate our flow rates. After obtaining our flow rates, we used the Microsoft Excel program to calculate the volume in the bowls per time by multiplying a change in time by the flow rate. To ensure the most accurate graphs as possible, we used an Excel worksheet comprised of over 64,000 rows and a time step of 100th of a second to get as accurate data as possible. After analyzing our graphs, we noticed that our graph of volume over time turned out to be a periodic piecewise function. At the Freshman Engineering Design Day, our project's interesting operation caught the eye of many. Our project centered around being scientifically complex and mechanically simple, and overall we were able to take home second place in the competition. If given the chance to make any changes to our fountain, we would like to make the base more aesthetically pleasing, and in addition, we would like to add lighting that would get turned on when the water level in the bowls became a certain height.
My advice for future E101 FEDD participants is to start planning early. Begin thinking about your design and prototyping as soon as you can. It never hurts to get done early. Procrastinating with this project is something you definitely don't want to do. Good luck!